have no topic whatsoever. Perry and I, we sit and we just sort of, and I'll show you some of the videos. We just sit and we sort of, want to make sure we're in there. Sit and we sort of talk about subject and just see what that sounds like. So, well, hi everybody, I'm Victoria Barnes and this is my sister girlfriend,
Tyeseia Swayne.
Tyeseia Swayne.
Hello all.
Hello. So, I invited Tyeseia, I asked Tyeseia if she wanted to just do some freestyle questions about marriage, no particular topic. We're just going to talk about some things and then we'll look at the video later and edit it. You know how we do. So, about me really quick. Victoria, married to Perry. It'll be 30 years, April 3rd this year. Wow, where did that time go? And I jokingly say, but it's true, that I still like him. I really do.
Yeah.
So, and we have 3 children, girl, boy. We're empty nester with a boomerang. She over there. Boomerangs are fine. Boomerang is when they leave the nest and they come back home because they need to get reestablished, reset, redo, and then they go back out. And that is a wonderful thing when they realize and understand that coming back home to do a reset and then go back out, it's a good mental, it's a good, healthy, matured judgment.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about you.
Again, Tyeseia Swayne. I am married 25 years. It will be 26 years this June. We have 3 children, a girl, 2 boys, and we're loving life. We just start experiencing the empty nester syndrome. So, but it's really nice, and like Victoria said, I like him still. And I, think he likes me too. We have a good time together, and we have a ball with this couple here. We love them dearly.
It's really interesting because over the years, and if you've been married a long time and you run into other couples and you try to become like couple friends, it doesn't always mesh. And if they say if they have kids and you have kids, then you do play dates with the kids, right. And then you try to find that, but it's never been anything that. But we've been here in Pontiac for 6 years now, 6.5 years, and since COVID, because the first couple of years before COVID, we just stayed in our little box. But a walking group started, and I met Ty. And we hit it off, and we're so much alike. It blows my mind still to this day, finding little things that we have in common. That is like, we're 2 peas in a pod. Yeah. And it's so much fun to have somebody that's just around the corner, that it does my heart well, because being in Pontiac, not born and raised here, I was in a total environment that I wasn't familiar with. So God knew what he was doing.
Yes, and he knew what I needed, because I was in that space of, well, where's somebody for me? I'm always pouring into people, but where is that medium for me? And so the walking group occurred in the neighborhood, and Victoria was a like-minded, like-spirited person that we just gelled together. And then when our husbands gelled,
right,
I was like, oh man, I think this is divine.
Absolutely.
God answer prayers, and he does.
And
so
the same, like with Perry, it's been he's not a person that really meshed with anybody. And for him and Anthony to be very similar in thinking, the way they approach things, they're people watchers. They observe people, personalities, and they can tell you, boom, this person, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, to find that same, even with our husband, that was like kismet.
It was divine.
It was divine, absolutely. So it is a blessing. There's been a few times the heat just kicked on, if you feel that air. it'll get warmer.
Oh, okay.
But there's been a few times that, and again, if you're married and marriage is meant to be work. There's no easiness about marriage. And still 30 years in, we have these coming to Jesus moments, if you want to call it that, where he says up, I say down, he say blue, I say green. And it's been a few times like, Ty, Anthony, y'all want to come through? Not to mediate, but just be sort of a sounding board and just to talk things out. And it's a comfortable space to do that. And there's been a few times, quite a few times, it's like, can you come on down? Might have a glass of wine. Wine isn't necessary, but we'll just sit and talk. I definitely drink more wine since I've become an empty nester. I didn't drink wine, but I enjoy a glass of red wine, sweet red. And just one glass through me because my ears get warm, and I'm like, I'm done. I don't know if that's TMI. But either way, just talking it out, and then we get, oh yeah, you've experienced the same thing, and then you give some input, and then even you guys have come up with some things that you've gone through, and then we give input. So just to have a safe space to just play on some subjects and understand we're more alike than we are different. Right. We all go through that, and then it just can feel so like you just don't know what to do in that situation sometimes. So even after 30 years, you would think some of that has gone away, but no, it's meant to be there because it's meant to turn us to God to understand, you know, that we need to depend on Him and not try to figure it out ourselves.
In every way,
In every way.
Yep, it is two people coming together, even though you've been together for a long time, 25, 30 years. Like she said, it is always going to be, disagreements, but through it all, you learn how to pick your arguments, pick your battles, and you also learn how to resolve them, in a peaceful manner. And it doesn't always have to be a blow up, but that comes with maturity, that comes with loving your marriage and respecting your spouse. So, and you want to make it work. You want it to, work right. So you just gotta talk it out. And that's one of the key things, and that's what I wrote down here. Oh yeah. That's one of the key components is communication. Being an active listener. Not always getting the last word or wait until they get finished so you could just jump in and say what you want to say, and you didn't even really hear what they were talking about. But actively listening and then responding afterwards. You don't have to agree all the time, but it can be talked out, it can be worked out, it can be cried out, long as there's respect, mutual respect for one another.
That's absolutely true. And that's one of the things I used to say to people is like, talk it out, cry it out, cry it out. When it's an hour to get up for work and you're laying in the middle, in the dark, in the bed talking, and the alarm, go to work, come home and finish talking it out until you get an understanding or figure out the root. And try to make adjustments in the way that you communicate with each other or move in each other's space so that this doesn't keep happening. Right. So try to, target what that root is, target what the triggers are. Right. And
stay mindful of those triggers.
That is key, staying mindful. And I used to say that, like, making sure it's at the tip that you are aware and mindful of it in your daily movement, so that you are moving to adjust those habits so that you don't continue in those circumstances, because if you don't work it out, it's going to come up again. Right. And it's never going to go away, but you get, I guess, when you're seasoned, you get better at recognizing when that scenario is coming about. You can see
we coming and know how to navigate through it.
But that comes with patience, that comes with wisdom, that comes with understanding, that comes with, inviting God into the relationship to be that mediator, praying on fixing yourself.
Right.
It's not him,
Not
him,
your partner.
him. Right.
No.
Exactly.
Yes, you
What's
pray
the
for
importance
yourself.
of that?
Because first of all, when we pray and we want to point the finger, we can always see what the other person is doing wrong. But like Michael Jackson said, I'm talking to the man in the mirror. You have to look in the mirror and talk to yourself and see those flaws within yourself, accept them, and change them. And ask God to help you change those things that, you were born and raised doing that you don't know how to change. He'll do it for you.
Yes.
He'll give you the tools, the resources, and the connections of people to help you get through those. And I'm telling you, it's a world of, it's a miracle is what I call it. It's just like, wow, I never thought I could do, or I would be, or this is, it's amazing how God can just turn the situation around.
Yes.
Amazing. I've seen it. I'm a witness. So, yeah.
Things about yourself you don't even know that are there.
Mm-hmm.
And I use the words affected and infected because growing up and seeing so many different things, and we've all had some type of trauma, some type of dysfunction, some way or another. There's levels to it all. And you don't understand how things impact you. Mm-hmm. And that how it pours out in your relationship, not with just your spouse, but it can pour out in your relationship with your children, mm-hmm. with your colleagues. I mean, in your relationship with God, it pours out if you don't try to adjust it and ask Him to heal you and fix you and remove what is not of Him, remove it from you. Mm-hmm. You really need to lay on your face and pray and tarry for those things to be removed out of you, because you don't even know how it's working in you.
Right.
And that is the trick of the devil, because when you were younger, those things that you were around, and they say when you have children, beware of what they're listening to, their music, and what mm-hmm. they're seeing and what they're seeing on television, because things are being implanted in them, and they don't even know how it's affecting them. Exactly. And they, fast forward, they're in a marriage, and it's pouring out of something that they seen when they were 5 years old. Right. So as the adults, unconsciously, exactly. Mm-hmm. As adults, we got to be mindful of what we, put in front of our children, what mm-hmm. they listen to, because it will play out mm-hmm. at some point, and they don't even realize they've been affected and infected by it. So, yeah, that's important to pray for healing for yourself.
For yourself. Yep. And as God work on you, you pray for your spouse. Not complaining, praying for someone is, you're wanting them to be blessed. You wanting them to have the mind of Christ. You want good to come from it. So you don't want to complain. Even when we're talking about ourselves, when we're praying, we don't ever want to complain, because God already know what the issue is. Mm-hmm. He wants you to pray the solution. So when you're praying for your spouse, you're praying for his mind, his wisdom, his choices, that they are blessed, that they're ordered by God, that God will give him, that he will seek out godly counsel, just
that's huge.
Things that, will enrich and better your spouse, is how you're praying for him. And you'll see God move, on his behalf, and work on him as he's working on you. And then when you come together, it's just like, wow. You remember when we used to get mad at this? Yeah, that was stupid. It's stuff like that.
It's true.
That's why I'm like, it's a miracle what God does. I'm telling you.
And that comes with being seasoned. It comes with the wisdom. So when you're in that young marriage, you gotta push through. You gotta push through. Don't give up. Don't throw your hands up, but continue to do, like Ty just said, pray on fixing yourself and pray over your spouse. And you keep steadfast and push through those issues, and you get 2 seasons, and you get to that 25-year mark, that 30-year mark. I mean, because you understand the importance of, having God in your life and what you committed to.
Right.
I do until
Right.
death do us part.
Right.
I mean, I heard someone say something about if your washing machine breaks down, you don't just throw it right out.
Mm-hmm.
You fix on
Try
it,
to
you
fix
repair
it.
it. You
Mm-hmm.
try to. The old school is you're gonna keep on repairing it. We're gonna go and order that part and order that piece
Right.
to make sure it keeps running. You
Yeah.
just don't throw it out at first, issue. But
Mm-hmm.
and I think that's what young marriages are missing. That it's a lot, and it's meant to be a lot, and it's
Yeah.
work, and it's meant to be work, and it's hard work.
Yes, it is hard work. But like you said, honoring the covenant that God has put together. When he said, let no man put asunder, that man is you too.
You too.
You can't break yourselves apart either. So you have to work through it. And it is not easy. Not saying that you're not going to want to leave. You're not going to want to quit. Yeah, all of those feelings are valid.
Yes.
But you don't move on them.
Exactly. Exactly.
You work through them. You push through them. You talk through them. You get help. And like I said, it can happen and it can work. And I believe, I counsel couples, and I believe anything, just about any situation can be reconciled.
I do too.
Any situation can be reconciled. A person asked me my thoughts and feelings on adultery.
I was about to say adultery or even the abusive.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
Yeah. And so the adultery, and so I was giving them my take on it, and most of the time I always go biblical. And she said, don't tell me, that stuff, because what would you do? I'm talking about if it was you, if Anthony did it to you. And I said, I can't sit here and say, well, girl, yeah, I'll leave, and I do this, and I do. I can't tell you that.
No.
Because that probably won't happen. It can be reconciled. Anything can be reconciled. That was my personal issue, that out of all of the things I said could be reconciled, I said, I don't know about abuse though, but that can be reconciled if
there is counseling and you see progress where it's but if it's happening over and over and over, there's limits to everything.
Yes.
You don't want to put yourself in that situation. But even that,
you don't want to harm yourself.
Exactly. That has limits to it. But again, just like that machine, you don't just throw it out at first incident. You try to figure out, because there's roots to it. There's root cause to what's going on.
Right.
And through therapy and counseling and guidance through ministry, or if it's a professional, through somebody that's paid for through your insurance, you seek it out. If you got to go to multiple people, you seek out what the root cause of that is. If the spouse is unwilling and that continues to happen, that speaks for itself.
Right.
He's saying, not he, I just don't want to say he, but that spouse is saying, it could be she, because there's plenty of women out there that are abusive as well.
Yes.
They're saying, I don't want to know what the root is.
Yeah.
I don't want to fix it.
Right.
And if they're giving you those signals that they don't want to know what the root cause of that and where it's coming from, and they don't want to fix it and don't want to get help, they're telling you there that they don't want to work on their marriage.
Mm-hmm.
So in that instance, that's one person deciding, that's a decision to walk away.
Yeah, but most of the time, they don't want to walk away.
Right.
That whole scenario, I'm telling you, because even in non-abusive relationships, you feel that way.
That's true.
Like there's no hope. I felt that way.
I did too.
There's no hope. Don't pray for me. I don't want counseling.
More than once. Again, 30 years. 30 years, and not just it just happened just once.
Right.
No. Multiple times. And we pushed through it. We did what we had to do. We have been to counseling left, right, up, down, insurance paid, church, pastor. Now our cheap way to do it, Tyeseia, can you come on down? No, I'm just joking. It's not cheap. It's very precious. Very precious.
I'm going to start charging. I'm just like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's That's a lot in that little spurt, but
Yeah, but it can be.
and I say it often, I would do it all over again.
Mm-hmm.
I would. The good, the bad, the ugly. Some ugly in there.
Mm-hmm.
I would do it all over again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's our take on that. Let's see. Again, we don't have an agenda. We're just talking off the cuff. Let's see.
Yeah.
What we talked about. Empty nesters.
Yeah.
What's that like?
For us, it's really nice. It's back to dating again. More full time. We always dated.
Mm-hmm.
However, it's just us all the time. So that's throughout the house, going wherever, and not having any agendas. Like, we'll date, but then, we got to go home because we got to go pick such and such up from football, or we got to go here in the morning, take her to this and ballet and this, so we don't have any of that. It's just us. So we get to go out to eat and stay as long as we want. If we want to go to, hey, let's go to Canada. Okay.
Yes.
Just whatever is nice, and that's how it was.
Spontaneous.
Yeah.
It's definitely, and being older,
Mm-hmm.
I keep saying seasoned or mature, and having that time with each other is different than it was when we were younger.
Yep. It's better.
It's better.
Much better.
It's sweeter.
Yep.
It's the house, the energy, knowing what you've gone through 25 years and what you've accomplished and what you've built, and you sit and you talk about your children and their personalities, and those are products of you, and this commonality, did I say that right? That you have in that moment, and you just look back to where you came from, and it's sweeter. It's so much sweeter and nicer to be in that space as an empty nester. And then when they come home and you hear them talking and you hear them laughing, and they're adults now, so they're talking about worldly issues, politics, and it's like, those adults are ours. Those are our adults.
Our grown little people.
Yeah, grown little people. Yeah. It's a wonderful, place to be in.
Yeah.
They were home for the holiday, and it was just like, it was just nice. It's always nice. I love being an empty nester, but I also love when they come
kids
back.
Come home. Yep, I do too.
I love it when they're back
It's
in the
wonderful.
house. The energy is different again, and it's just, And then you move on to grandbabies, the product of your babies. That's a whole nother.
And they're
level.
the best.
They are. Why didn't they give us
absolute
grandchildren
best.
first?
Yeah. Oh, I love it.
I think it was a meme that said that. We should have had our grandchildren first.
Yeah.
They are.
Yeah, they're the best.
They look at you like, oh.
And you can see your child in the grandchild, and just, I don't know, it just brings me so much joy. It's just.
What's your grandchild's name?
Joseph.
Joseph. And how old is Joseph?
Joseph is 3 years old.
And what is his little personality like?
Oh my goodness, he has a very strong personality. Very wise for his little bitty age, and strong-willed. Little bossy thing. But
it's cute when they're like that, because
Yeah.
you don't have to discipline, and you see those little traits, and you're like,
Yeah. He brings me so much joy, and they're just the brilliance of this, what they catch on to, and just how his little communication skills, and how we just sit down and have a conversation. He said to me the other night, "Let's talk about church, Graham." I said, "Okay." He was trying not to go to sleep though.
That was his ploy.
Yeah.
He didn't ask for a cup of
about-
water. He didn't say he had to go to the bathroom or brush his teeth again. He said, "Let's talk about church,
Let's talk
Graham."
about church. I know you like that. I was like, "You're gonna have to go to sleep after we talk about this, though." Oh boy.
That's sweet. Oh,
Yeah.
I've already said I want Joseph to be You know, we're going back. I've brought this up. We're going back to arranged marriages.
Yeah, I think that's the way it should be. Actually,
So,
because people make bad decisions marrying,
all the time.
marrying people.
That's why we counsel people all the time.
Yes.
So just let the elders pick for you, like tribes, like they did in tribes. Let the elders pick for you. And my Shanaka is going to be betrothed to Joseph. We need to figure out how to get that past their parents.
Oh, I think they'll be good.
Yeah. But I love my granddaughters. They call me grandmother. Grandmother? And I go, yes, granddaughter.
That's so cute.
I know, it's the sweetest thing. I know it sounds so proper, but it's so sweet. Grandmother. And I love the age that they are. They're 3. No, she'll be 3 in April and 5. And that age is just, it's a beautiful thing. I love every moment of it. I love doing little projects with them, and when they come over and they're like, what are we going to do? They're looking forward to doing little art projects or painting in the garage or coloring. Or for Christmas, this past Christmas, I just bought Adriana a DIY junior toolkit. Real little bitty hammer.
Cute.
It's a real hammer. This summer, we're going to be building. Looking forward to that.
That's cute.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
So our children, they're out there in the world. They're in college. They're on their own.
Yep.
I call them our heartbeats.
Yes.
Outside of our body.
Yep.
And what does that feel like? Is you're constantly worrying, and you charge angels to protect them and look over them. And when they come home and they're in their bed and they're asleep, that oil, and they don't even know you're doing it. You just touch them, cover them, anoint the shoes. So when they step their feet in their shoes, do that for your husbands as well, your spouse.
Yes.
Spouse as well. So always, you know, praying covered and over them, because again, there are heartbeats out there discovering and finding out who they are as individuals. And Harry and I have been together since we were 15, so they're going through relationships, and you pray for the person that comes into their life to be filled with the Holy Spirit and be, know the Word and seek to know God, and so that they can be whole and understand the importance of that and together.
Right.
But it's a lot. It's a lot this day and age, and it's scary.
It's a cruel world. Yeah, it's very scary.
It's a cruel world, and people with their intentions, you never know.
Yep. Yes.
So it's like
many wolves in sheep's clothing. So you have to stay on your face.
Yes.
Praying for your children.
For your children.
Your family. Yep.
Absolutely. It's like 2023. We are day 21.
Yep, 21.
21 days into 2023.
Yes.
Whoa, the last 2.5 years. Wow. And we're here, and we're healthy.
Yes. God is good.
We absolutely. We're just talking about, and we know we're not the only ones. Like people that are passing at funerals, and 3 in 1 week. I went to a double funeral. That was something I had never witnessed. So, just pray that that we're all covered, and that God is with us, and that we're healthy, and your loved ones are sheltered and protected, and we know a lot of people out there are going through the same thing, and we pray over you and pray over your family, healing. We understand that God doesn't make mistakes, and there is purpose in everything, and we don't understand the purpose in all of this, but there is purpose in all of it.
That's what I'm saying.
They will get out of the bed and lay right at the edge of that to feel that heat.
Yeah.
But and they usually have each other. There's one is 13 and one is 7, or one is 14, one is 7.
Yeah.
So they're not from the same litter,
Mm-hmm.
but they're siblings, and they cuddle to keep warm and keep each other company. And animals act like children.
Yeah, they do.
It's like a
They
toy.
do.
If one wants a toy, the other hovers to wait for him to leave it and leave the room. And
my turn.
obviously they don't speak, but if one grabs it and he had it, he comes back, he's like, I had it first. And he's just like, like give it back. And I've even had him look at me like, tell him to give it back.
Oh my goodness.
He got my toy.
Oh.
It's the funniest thing. Listen, I'm supposed to be empty nester free with my children and empty nest
Dogs
with the
and-
dogs. The dogs had left with the kids, and the 14-year-old dog, the old man, he came back first. My son had him in Carolina and was like, I work too much and I'm never home. Brought him back 6 months later from Carolina. So he been home. And then the 7-year-old was in college for 2 years with my middle daughter. And then she moved out and got an apartment and lived with it. Now they both back. the child boomerang and the dog boomerang. And it's all good. It's all good. I was going to ask you something else we were talking about. I was going to segue into. What would you like? You'll be 50 this year.
Yes. Yay.
2023.
Whew.
So
Yeah.
do you set goals
Yeah, I do.
of what you want to accomplish in that year, and what you would like to see happen, and what direction you want to move in?
Well, one of the things, goals I have set out is to get healthy, and to get fit, and more so the healthy part, my inner parts of my health. I need that to be intact in my mind. And then I know with living and being healthy, the weight will drop, but I want to be intact. I want to be a fly 50. Fly 50.
So I'm 3 years older. And that's what I came up with, Victoria's Best Life. It was like I knew I was going to be 50 that next year. And I came up with an Instagram, Victoria's Best Life. And in the bio it says travel, food, fun, family. I forget what the whole bio is, more in there, and my journey to that.
Right.
And then I started, recording myself. Like, I like to get in the gym early. There's this little piece on my phone, and it connects to a magnetic piece. And if I get in the gym early, I can place my phone without capturing the other people working out. And it's like motivating me to record myself. And then I would do a chart, and I take photos of myself, like with my arms out, and I turn to the side and turn to the back and see the little creases in the back and see the little arm wobbling. And then I would do it every couple of weeks or something. And then I'd compare the pictures and write the notes of how much and I have a measuring tape too. So it kept me on track, and I would post my video. It was like, post my workout regimen, and it's sort of like this accountability.
Yeah, that's what it does.
If I'm posting, people are expecting, but it's accountability for me too. It's like, okay, I want to do this. I want to show the progress. I want to be motivated and inspirational to other people. So it's like, knowing I was going to be that 50, thinking fly 50.
Yeah.
And that's what I used to call it. Fit Fab 50. Fit Fab 50. Fit Fab 50.
Okay.
Yep.
I
Fit
like that.
Fab 50. I was going to be fit and fabulous at 50. And I did it
And
too.
you were, yes. Yeah.
I did it too. I was there. I'm going to get back there because I went back up. But I like to eat.
Still look
Fit Fab over 50.
Right.
I'm a Fit Fab over 50. I cannot say that. Fit Fab. Fit Fab over 50. Fit Fab over 50 now. And it's fun. And let's see, going back to being fit over 50. Because things don't bounce back like they used to be. And the stamina. just doing a load of laundry and carrying that basket up the steps. I get to the top of the steps, huffing and puffing. So when you're intimate, it's like you need to be like that stamina because you want to enjoy. You don't want to be like, oh, break, stretching just like you do at the gym.
Yeah.
It's like you
You
want to
can't
make
have
sure.
no problems in that area.
No.
You be pausing and trying to catch your breath. And
Right. Cramp. Lay cramp. No.
Get yourself
Gotta do some
together.
yoga beforehand.
Get it together.
Get it together. Be ready so you don't have to get ready.
Right.
It's a wonderful thing, though.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful thing. And they say black don't crack anyway. So, we look good at our age anyway. And we want to feel good.
You want to feel good.
Inside and out. Mentally. Spiritually. It all
Mind, body,
comes
and
together.
soul.
Mind, body, and soul.
Yep.
It all comes together. So,
Yeah.
let's see. For me this year is to get back to fabulous. I'm fabulous.
You fabulous. Yeah.
Get back to fit.
Or to what your desired
Yeah.
fit is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
What makes you comfortable.
Yes. So
You want to be comfortable in your skin.
that's true. You want to be comfortable in your own skin, and you want to be able to move healthy and play with the grandbabies. Because I'm an active grandmother, and I like to get on the floor and paint and do twister, and so I do. It's like just getting on there, and they like, grandmother, your right hand gone blue. That's Adriana, the 5-year-old. And I'm like, okay. So I want to be involved in their life, be able to walk down the street with them, go outside and play jump rope or hopscotch, because they don't play those games anymore.
No, you have to incorporate them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you got to have energy to do it.
sure do. Oh my goodness, yes you do.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Well, I don't know if there's any topic you wanted to bring up.
well, most of what we talked about earlier in relationship, with communication and love and marriage, we pretty much hit, I think, some of the main issues that couples have. One of the things I was reading just the other day was a simple things like telling your spouse thank you.
Yeah.
You'll find out how that will go a long way. Just letting them know that you appreciate whatever it is that they have done. Just saying thank you.
Yeah.
Open the door.
So,
whatever.
I know it's by design. Because I was just having a conversation with a friend yesterday on the phone. And we were talking about, and I could be generalizing, but in our culture, I think on television you see a lot of other people, honey, you've done such a great job. I'm so proud of you. You're so... And I don't think in our culture we do that as much as we should with our spouses. And I think for me, it used to feel like it was fake, not genuine, or sort of like it sounds like you're talking to a child. It did. Like to say, oh, you did such a great job. I'm so proud of you. It just, because I didn't grow up hearing that or seeing that in a couple relationship, it felt foreign to me. It felt forced that if I would say it. But it doesn't now. And I think the importance of teaching young couples to encourage each other, lift each other up, saying thank you, saying, when they've done something wonderful or great, acknowledging that. Because it hits different. It feels different. And especially for our husbands. I mean, to say you've done a great job and I'm proud of you, and what you mean to this family.
It means a lot, and it goes a long way.
It does. So just know the importance of that in the relationship, speaking that way to your spouse, into your spouse, what that can do for your marriage, the facelift that it gives on a daily basis,
Absolutely.
And one of the things I remember my husband saying when the kids were young, And he remembered when he walked in the door, they would run to him, and that feeling that it made him feel that the kids were running to him.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I've started incorporating that a little bit when he comes in. And he comes in the door, and I was like, and it's genuine. I'm not being, but just the excitement and meeting him at the door.
Because you are really happy to see him.
We talked about this.
And you don't have to be ashamed. That's another thing in our culture. Some of us, not going to say all of us,
That's true.
but some of us try to put a damper on that. It's, you don't have to hide your feelings.
No.
When your man come in the room, your woman come in the room, you get excited.
Yes.
When you see them walk, like, they still got it. Oh, it makes you happy. Tell them. It enriches the relationship, and it makes everything better. I'm telling you, you can't do anything but go up.
Yes. Our husbands, what they face, black men, what they face on a daily basis at work, and the people that they have to encounter, and just driving home, just making sure they can get back to their door safely, and the pressure and the weight of that. And when they come home, it's supposed to be a safe space, a peaceful space.
Not arguing.
Exactly.
You didn't put these clothes in the washroom before.
That being what they hear when they walk in the door? No. But when they walk in the door, welcome them, love them, kiss them. We even made, I don't want to say, it's like little things you have to, you said it, be mindful of it, that you have to put in place to enhance it. Yeah. And one of the things that we started doing is that when he walked in, it was a stop, and it was a genuine looking into each other's eyes just to acknowledge one another that you just came back home to me, and that I love you and you're here. And seconds, but just those seconds of stopping and making a point to look into each other's eyes. It's a beautiful thing.
Yes, it is.
It's enriching.
Yes.
So, this was wonderful.
This was very nice.
Again, there was no script. We had our little notes in case we wanted to take notes.
I have one word on mine.
Yes, but she was thinking, I tell you, like we said, on the same page, because I was thinking communication, because it is key. Perry and I do these we don't do them often as we have spoke about we wanting to do, but we're starting to, 2023. So we've already did like 3 videos this year alone. That's good.
Yeah.
Because I think we only did 3 last year.
That is good.
So we've done 3, and Victor is in Carolina, but from Carolina, he's teaching me how to do the editing. And so as I edit them and then post them and blend it all together, I'll get better at it, and we'll post them. This video, we will definitely edit, and I'll let Ty watch it, and before we say yes, we can put it out there. Perry and I started saying, we'll just record it. We may not put it out there at all, but we'll record it, because even if we don't put it out there, it does something for us to sit and talk.
Yep, have that dialogue.
Yeah, to just sit and talk. If
It's
no
healthy.
one ever
It's
hears
healing. It's
yes,
you need it.
Yeah. So Ty was like, we hadn't seen each other. This is the first time we've seen each other this year?
This year. 21 doggone days. In the new year.
7 houses away from each other.
I'm like, what's happening? But it's
we
just
had been thinking
so
about
busy.
each other.
Yeah.
And it was like...
Yeah, we talked, a couple times, but yeah, first time seeing you in the new year. Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
Woo! Happy New Year!
She was like, what you doing? I was like, what you doing? I was like, you gonna come record? She's like, when? I said, when you get here.
I just knew we were going to see you on New Year's.
I know.
Yeah. I know. But the boys leave next Saturday. They're still here.
And Monday, Perry Lauren flies to Carolina to visit Victor for a week. She leaves Monday and she's back Tuesday.
Okay. So, that's cute.
Yeah, so she's going to be down there to visit him. He's like, I might not see much of her because I got to work. I was like, that's fine. She just needs to get away right now. So that's a whole nother video. But
yeah.
that boomerang thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
But thank you.
But it's for the better.
It is.
It's for the better.
It really is. Thank you for sitting in this impromptu. And I think a
All right,
lot
Thank you for having
wonderful
me.
things are said. Whenever you want to do this, don't wait for me to invite you. If you say you want to just record something, come on down. Just say we'll prop the camera up.
Now, see, that's what's not me.
It's not.
But you know,
What do you mean, not you?
like I wouldn't say let's record. Now, if you are recording me, that's fine.
Okay.
But you know, I wouldn't be like, okay, come on, let's get on the camera, because I don't know that part about
You've
me.
shared
It's just
with me
always
that part of your dream or vision is to do things like this to
public
help
speaking.
people.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
this is a segue.
That's why I say if you're recording it while it's happening, cool. But to get ready and all of that, it makes you nervous.
I worked today. I went to work this
Right, she's
fly.
super cute.
I got my purple going on yesterday. I had on my purple shirt. I was like, I went to work. I was like, I'm not going to waste this today. I need to record.
I need camera time. Yeah.
Well, we can do that anytime, any subject, any
but that's
topic.
cool.
And we know that it's going to help people. We know it's going to enrich someone's life. We know that we have knowledge, history, wisdom that we need to share and put out there for others to, you know, it's our testimonies.
Right.
And we know testimonies can help others.
Yes.
So thank you again. And until next time.
That was fun.
That was fun.